All right, listen up. If your food truck isn't making money, it's not because your food is bad. It's because you have in fact built your menu the wrong way. So in this video today, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix that. And I'm going to go step by step. That's right, step by step to help you do this. This is going to be done so that we can help customers to stop thinking about what it is that they want to order, increase your sales, and start making as many orders as possible. Let's go. So in my last video, I talked about a couple things. I talked about why it is that your truck is not busy, and it was simply because your systems were broken. I also talked about why nobody is ordering. In this video, now we're going to fix that. So make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Your menu is not just a list. It's a sales system. It helps you to guide your customer to what it is that you truly do and what it is that you sell and present to them. But if your menu is weak, guess what? Your business is weak too. We don't want that. Obviously, you don't want that. That's why you're here. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to cut that menu. I mean, just cut it. Most trucks, and I see this all the time. I even see this with clients that I'm helping when I'm helping them to build out their menu. They got way too many things. Just because you can cook everything does not mean you have to put it all on there. They have 12 items, 15 items, 20 items, all of these things on here. And when I make the suggestion that you really don't need them, sometimes they may get a little offended, but when I explain to them why, it begins to make sense. You need focus. That's all I say, is you need focus, because every extra item that you add onto your menu is only adding confusion. And guess what confusion does? Like I stated in every video, and I'm going to continue to tell you, confusion kills sales. What you need is maybe, I would say around 5 to 8 items. That's it. 5 to 8 good killer items. In the midst of those 5 to 8 items, you need to have your top item listed. That's it. 5 to 8 items, nothing more, nothing less. And when you add those 5 to 8 items, make sure it's 5 to 8 items that sell. You don't want to just put 5 to 8 random items, like I said, simply because you can cook and you cook well. 5 to 8 items that you know you're going to sell, that you will sell on a consistent basis, because the game is, we're in this not because we love it, but this truck has to function, and it functions with making money. Every successful truck has one item, one thing that they sell that they know or want to be known for. This is that one thing that people come to your truck for. This is the thing that they've seen on social media. This is the thing that someone tried from your truck and they came back with it, and it either smelled good or people were like, you have to try this. Where'd you get it from? I got it from, you guessed it, your truck. If you don't have this and I walk up to your truck and I don't know what you're known for, and I have to question what it is or ask you what the best option is, or what it is that you sell, or what would you recommend? What is the popular item? Listen, every food truck has one successful item that they are known for. That one thing that brings people from all over. I watch food bloggers and food reviewers that have flown across the country for simply one thing that one food truck or online chef or whoever it is, one thing that they're known for. And you have to have that thing as well. If I walk up to your truck and I don't know what to order, guess whose fault is that? It's not mine. Sad to say, and I hate to say it, but it's yours. Your fault I don't know what it is to order. Your fault I don't know what that one item is that everybody is raving about. When you're creating your menu should scream what this item is. It should be saying, look, this is what to get. This is the star thing. This is the burger that I came for. This is the lemon pepper wings that I'm looking for. In order for this to happen, especially when it comes to your menu, it should be listed as your best seller. It should be listed as your most popular item, or this is the customer favorite. This is what people love. This is what people come to get. I don't care what you call it. Like, you can call it whatever you want, but one thing you have to do, and one thing that you better do, is highlight it on your menu. Make it highly visible so that people don't have to search for it. Because people don't want to decide what works. They want to be told, look, this is it. This is the one thing that you should get. And if it's showing on your menu, half of your work is already done, because you know that's what they came for. That's where they're just walking up to you saying, hey, I want that thing right there. So please make sure you put that big, bold, in shapes. Put it somewhere or on that menu at the top, in the center, big, saying, look, this is it. This is what you came for. This is what you want. Now, let's get to the part that most people want to talk about, but they're a little bit afraid of talking about. Let's talk about money. Most people, when they're designing their menu, they just throw a random number up there. They don't think about the number. Or even if it's not a random number, they gauge their pricing simply off of the fact that, okay, it cost me this much to purchase it. If I factor in taxes, if I factor in utensils, if I factor in my time, there we go. That's a great price. This is how much it's going to cost. That's not a strategy. Pricing is simply how you guide a customer's behavior. Let me give you a simple structure or paint a little bit of a picture for you. You have a low option, you have a mid option. That mid option is your main seller. And that high option, that's your anchor. If you understand anchors, typically is something that you never really intended to sell, but it makes everything else seem like the better option, especially that mid option. The mid option is what it is that they came for. Example, yep. Here's another example. You got a $6 item, a $9 item, and a $12 item. After you created these prices, what happens next? Most people choose the middle option, and that's not luck. That's by design. That's pricing psychology. Because you're not just pricing food, you're pricing their decisions. You're helping them or guiding them to the decision in which they didn't know that they needed or they wanted. Now that we got that understood, great. Because we're going to move on to something that most people thought I should have probably talked about in the beginning, but I'm breaking it down at the end because it was a reason for the way I structured this video and had this conversation with you. And that's design. And no, I'm not talking about making it pretty, having script fonts and beautiful images. I'm talking about a system and making it fast. Pretty is good, fast is money. Your menu should be able to be read within seconds. That's the whole objective, not minutes. You don't want a line forming in front of your menu. You want a line forming in front of your window with people making their decisions or who have made their decisions and ready to order and pay you for that. So when it comes to design and a design aspect, the things you need are big text, clear sections, no clutter, and again, no long paragraphs. Your description for your food should be simple. If it's a burger, only go into a little more detail if it's a specific type of burger. But for the most part, give it a simple lettuce, tomato, cheese, ketchup, whatever you decide, however you decide to do it. Just make sure your description is short and to the point. If they want a little more, maybe they can ask you when they get to the window, but don't put it all on your menu, confusing your customers. Because one confused customer equals two equals someone walking away, or a line in front of your menu and not in front of you. When you're designing this menu, it should have your eyes flowing through the menu. It should, where do I look first? Where do I look next after that? If your menu doesn't guide the eyes through it, then again, you guessed it. Leave it in the comments. You lose sales. That's not what we're here for. We're here to increase sales. That's why I save this section for last, because a pretty menu is great. Like I always say, it's great. It's awesome for social media. It's great to put out there, but it's not a system and it doesn't equal sales. So let me break this down into real terms where you can understand it by giving you a simple example, and I'll go ahead and move on and you can get to what it is that you're doing. Let's say you sell tacos. One of my favorite things. I keep using tacos as an example because I love tacos. I love taco trucks. One of my favorite things, but I digress. A bad menu is going to have 12 taco options, no highlights, and random pricing. On top of that, it has a very long description describing everything that's on each and every taco. Now, a good menu is going to do what or have what? Glad you asked. 5 tacos. 1 taco that's labeled, this is the most popular item. A clear pricing or tiers for pricing and a simple description. Think about that. Good versus bad. Which one is easier for you to make a decision, especially if you're hungry or you're on limited time? If you do this correctly, this is what's going to happen. People are going to walk up, they're going to see your most popular item, and guess what they're going to do? Order fast, your line moves quicker, you make more money, you're cooking the same food, and it's less confusion. That there is the difference in a system. So in closing, if your menu isn't working for you, you don't need new food. Don't go changing your menu around, adding 15 to 16 more options or removing your most popular item because you feel as though it's not selling the way that you want it to. You obviously just need a better system. Simplify it, guide the customer, and control their decisions. Now your menu stops being a list and it starts being a machine. I talk about this stuff every day because food truck owners are leaving money on the table. This is something that I do not want you to do. So if you're one of them and you're losing money or leaving money on the table, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow me on all social media platforms. Share this out to someone who could use it or leave a comment if it's something that you can use. Till then, I will see you on the next video. I'm out.